Good morning to everyone. I am Kanak Lakshmi, 3rd Commerce, G. Vengadasamy Naidu College, Kovalpatti. In this session, we'll learn about rights of a bankers and functions of a bankers. Next, content. Introduction, meaning and definitions of bank, banker and customer, rights of a banker, functions of a banker, and conclusion. Next, introduction. In this session, we know about what is bank, who is banker, and who is customer, and elaborately known about the rights of a bankers and what are the functions are undertaken by the bank. Let's see. First, bank. What is mean by bank? We must need to know what is bank. Bank is a financial institution that undertakes banking activities and which keeps the customer money safely. And then Banking Regulation Act 1949 Section 5 of B defines what is banking, which means accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, withdrawable by check, draft, order or otherwise. Next, banker. Who is a banker? Banker is a person who perform the banking activities. Banking activities like accepting deposits, lending money, withdrawing facilities, exchanging of money, etc. Banker is the employee of a bank who manages all the activities of a bank. That person is called as a banker. Next, customer. Customer, who is a customer? Customer is a person who maintain an account with the bank, whether fixed or saving, whatever. When a person open an account with the bank, that person is a customer of that bank. Now we clear about what is bank, who is a banker and who is a customer. Okay. Now we enter into our main topic, that is the rights of banker. There are five major rights of a banker, that are right of generally, right of set off, right of appropriation, rights to charge interest and commission, and right to close the account. We see elaborately one by one in the upcoming slides. First, rights of general aim. Lien means rights of a banker. That is, banker has the right to retain the customer goods until the debt due from him is repaid. For example, when a customer borrow a business loan in the bank and after a few months the customer mortgage his gold and borrow the money from the bank for his gold. Customer pay the interest and borrow amount to the gold and the customer ask banker to return the gold. In this case, banker has the right to generally, that is, retain the customer goods because the customer did not pay any amount to business loan. Now, banker created demand, you must pay the business loan, then only I return your goods to you. In this case, customer fulfill the banker demand and regain his good. This is suitable for only a general lien, not for a particular lien, and there are some exception cases that are safe custody deposits, documents deposited for a special purpose, security held in a trust basis. These are the exceptional cases and this is suitable for a generally, not for a particular lien. Okay, next. Next, right of set off. Right of set off, which means bankers has the right to combine two accounts. When a customer has two or more accounts in the same name and same capacity in a bank, banker has the right to adjust the amount of customer credit balance against the debit balance in other account. For example, when a customer has a current account with the balance of rupees 50,000 and that customer borrow a loan with the amount of rupees 5 lakh. When a customer fails to repay the loan amount means banker has the right to set off their customer account. That is combine of two accounts. In this case, banker adjusts 5 lakh debit balance with 50,000 credit balance and the remaining amount is net balance, that is 4 lakh 50,000. When this applicable for overdue, when a customer death or insolvency, like that banker has the right to set off the customer account. Okay, next, rights of appropriation, which means when a customer failed to instruct the banker, now banker has the right to appropriate the customer deposited amount to any loan and banker must inform the customer about the appropriation. For example, when a customer borrow two or more loan in a bank, like education loan in the month of January rupees 5 lakh, business loan in the month of March rupees 3 lakh, and gold loan in the month of June rupees 1 lakh, which means, and the customer deposit rupees 75,000 and failed to instruct the banker. In this case, banker has the right to appropriate the customer account. Bank use this deposit compensate with education loan in the month of January rupees 5 lakh. Banker appropriate the deposit amount of rupees 75,000 with the education loan in the month of January rupees 5 lakh. So banker has the right to appropriate the customer account when customer fail to instruct the banker. Okay. Next, right to charge interest and commission. Banker has the rights to charge interest and commissions on the customer. For example, when a bank granting a loan to the customer, bank has the right to charge the interest for that loan and charge some commission for service rendered by the bank like SMS notifications, retail bank, multi-city check, etc. Bank can debit such charges to the customer's account. So bank has the right to charge interest and commission. Next, right to close the account. Okay. Bank believes that an account is not being operated properly means bank has the right to close the account. But before that, bank sent notice to the customer. Notice is mandatory. Without issuing notice to the customer, a banker cannot close any customer account. So banker has the right to close the customer account when that account does not operated properly. Okay, now we clear about rights of banker. These are the 5 major rights of banker. Now we move on to next topic, that is functions of bank. Functions of bank is classified into 2 categories. One is primary function and another one is secondary function. Primary functions is subdivided into 2 types, that is accepting deposits and granting loans. Secondary functions is also subdivided into 2 types, that is agency functions and general utility functions. We see one by one elaborately in the upcoming slide. First, primary functions of bank. Primary functions of bank is the accepting deposits and granting loans and advances. Accepting deposits includes saving deposits, fixed deposits, current deposits, recurring deposits. Granting of loans and advance in the form of overdraft, cash credits, loans, discounting of bill of exchange. Okay. First, saving account. Saving deposits. Saving deposits encourage saving habit among the people. There is low rate of interest in saving deposits. Saving deposits is suitable to salary and wage earners. Okay, and then fixed deposit, which means lump sum of amount is deposited at one time for a specific period High rate of interest is paid for a fixed deposits. Withdrawable are allowed only after the expiry of the period. Next, current deposits. This type of account is suitable for a businessman. For current deposit, no interest rate is paid. There are service charges, and current deposit holders can get the benefit of the overdraft facilities. And then recurring deposits, a certain sum of money is periodically deposited into the bank. High rate of interest is paid for recurring deposits, withdrawable only after expiring of a certain period. And our second one is granting loans and advances. In first overdraft, overdraft advances are given to the current account holder. No separate account is maintained for the overdraft. All entries are made in current account. Interest is charged actual amount withdrawable from the bank. Next, cash credit. Cash credit is suitable for not only the current account holder but also the other account holder. Cash credit maintain a separate account. Interest is charged on amount withdrawn in excess of limit. It is given against the security of tangible assets or guarantors. Next, loans. Nowadays, bank do lend money for long term. Repayment of money or in the form of installment or lump sum amount. Interest is charged on actual amount sanctioned. Rate of interest is low compared to the overdraft and the cash credit. Okay, next. Discounting of bill of exchange, which means banks pay the bill amount to the drawer of the bill by deducting usual discount charges. Bank can advance money by discounting bill of exchange, both domestic and foreign bills. Okay, these are the primary functions of a bank, and now we move on to next function, that is a secondary functions of bank. Secondary functions of banks can be classified into two types. One is agency functions and another one is general utility functions. Agency functions includes transfer of funds, collections of checks, periodic payments, portfolio management, periodic collections, other agency functions. Next, general utility functions. It includes locker facility, underwriting of shares, dealing in foreign exchange, project reports, social welfare programs, and other utility functions. Okay, we discuss one by one in the upcoming slide. First, agency function. First, transfers of funds, which means bank transfer funds from one place to another. Collections of check. Bank collects the money of check clearing sections of its customer. Bank also collect the money of bill of exchange. Next one is periodic payments. Bank make periodic payments for his customer in respect of electricity bill, rent, etc. Next, portfolio management. Banker acts as a client for his customer to purchase and sell the shares and debentures and record the debit or credit account. This facility is called portfolio management. And then periodic collections. Banker acts as a client who collect the periodic collections like salary, pension, dividend, etc. for his customer. Other agency function. In simple word, bank acts as a trustee, executors, advisor, and administers on the behalf of its client, and bank acts as a representative of client to deal with other bank and institutions. Okay, next, general utility function. In general utility function, first is issue of drafts and letters of credit. Bank issue draft for transferring money from one place to another, and bank also issue letter of credit in case of import trade, and issues travel checks also. Locker facility. Bank provide locker facility for the customer to save their valuable documents, assets. To keep them safe, bank provide locker facilities. Underwriting of shares. Bank underwrites shares and debentures through its merchant divisions of banking. And then dealing in a foreign exchange. RBI allows commercial banks to deal in foreign exchange. Next, project report. Bank may also undertake to prepare the project reports behalf of its client. Social welfare programs. Bank undertake social welfare programs such as adult literacy program, public welfare campaign, etc. Other utility function. Bank acts as a referee to a financial standing of a customer. It collects credit worthiness information about the customers and it provides market information to its customer, etc. Okay, these are the secondary functions of a bank. Now we clear about rights and functions of a banker. Conclusion. In this session, we known about what is general need, what is setup, what is appropriation, what are the deposits, and how banker issues loans and agency function. What are the general utility functions? These are the rights and functions of a banker. Next, thank you for your patience listening.